I spent like 10 minutes on this last video, the same freaking video that I'm gonna do over because my camera didn't record audio. Way to go, camera. Way to do your only job in this whole world. Record stuff. My hair looks gross. I apologize. I need to get it done. I just came from the gym. I'm very sweaty. What you gonna do? So, I'm making this video today because I am making a little bit of an announcement. Let's move this on down, shall we? Why are you lagging? Stop. Okay. I think it's stopping. Hopefully this is recording the audio, otherwise I'm just going over and over. So I'm going to start doing advice videos. Yay. Because I'm really freaking awesome at giving advice on everyday life. Like boys, girls, otherwise. Gross topics, sex, whatever the fuck you want to ask me. I will 90% of the time, 99% of the time answer it. As long as it's something really generally not creepy. I generally stay away from those type of questions. Like, what color is your underwear? It's not even advice. Like, you're not, that's not advice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. Cause I don't know, I got this idea. Where'd my phone go? Okay. I got this idea from a friend because I get a lot of messages, mostly from girls and some creepy old men. You know who you are. I get messages from girls saying, you know, I don't know what to do. Can you give me advice on whatever, you know, fill in the blank. And I always message back because I'm just cool like that, you know, keeping it real. So I always message back. I don't message back the creepy old men though. But my friend said, "Why don't you start doing advice videos? This thing is moving. Stay still." So I was like, you know what? That's a really good idea. And she is starting me off by giving me my first question. I keep it anonymous. Always anonymous. So I'm not going to use her name. Her name's Sam. No, I'm kidding. It's not. It's really not. So she wrote to me, I have a bit of a problem with, well, I'm just not even going to read it. I know the situation. I know exactly what she's saying. She likes this boy who used to date a good friend of hers. So, usually in those situations, I hear my accent, in those situations, I usually say, stay away. Like, nope, girl code, can't do that, can't hook up, date with a friend's ex-boyfriend, you know, that's usually, you know, what I say. But I know the situation, I know the girl, and I know the boy, and I know the people involved. So, this time's gonna be a little different. See, once you explain the full situation, you have to really, like, get into detail, because the advice I give can be something totally different. So, I'd say for this situation, I guess I'll explain it to the viewers. She likes this boy, and she's liked him since before her friend dated him. Which, by the way, was over 2 years ago. They dated. And they only dated for like 6 months. And she has a boyfriend now, the girl. The friend of my friend. So, she, like I said before, she liked him and, you know, that whole thing. My advice would be, I thought about it, but I don't know how to word it right. I guess since we're not like 14-year-old girls anymore, we're all like, you still my boyfriend. That's how we were. And we're more on the semi-adult level, young adult level. I would say be adult about it and just, you know, sit her down one day and ask her. You know, why not? Like, don't be embarrassed. Just ask her. It's always better. I always say it's always better to go and tell people you know, in person and like talk to the person, you know, face to face, rather than having them find out from somebody else, or like, God forbid, Facebook. That's like the worst. It's like a slap in the face. So that's what my advice would be. Just sit her down, and like, I'll even tell you what to say to her. This is what you say. Yeah, sit her down. Hey, I have something to say to you. So here we go. I wanted to ask you, because I value this, is write this down. I value our friendship. That's a good one. Because I value our friendship. I just wanted to ask first if it would be okay if I pursued your ex-boyfriend. Or I kind of like him. He's put it like, I kind of like him. And would it be alright if, like, I don't know if anything's gonna happen, but if it would be okay if I had your permission, I guess, you know. But then you throw in this. This is the key. This is what's, I can't guarantee she's gonna say sure, but at least I can guarantee that she won't be as pissed. You could say, I wanted to ask you first, because, like I said, I value our friendship. That's the key. And I'd understand if you're not comfortable with it. And I'll just drop it. And that might not be 100% truthful, but at least she won't want to rip your head off. Which is always a good thing, because I'm sure you like your head on your shoulders. So, I don't know, but she could be, like, totally cool with it. You know, who knows? She could turn around and be like, yeah, whatever. Like, whatever. But usually it's, like, girl code not to go after exes. But in that situation, that's what I would say. Most of the time, otherwise, I say just forget it. Like, because it's not worth it. I mean, I've had friends come up to me and say, hey, is it cool if I, you know, hook up with your ex? I'm like, I have them. Like, I don't give a shit. But, and I'm, alright, I'm truly okay with it. But I wouldn't be okay with it if I saw on Facebook that they were dating, or that they were hanging out a lot. Even, I've had friends that went behind my back and hung out with my ex, and that pissed me off more. So much more than the friend who asked me if she could hook up with my ex. Like, because that, I at first don't expect them to be okay with it. Like, if she reacts negatively, just let her react however she's going to react. If she is, give her space, you know, just, like, back off a little. Don't be like, so is it okay? Like, can I, you know, don't, just back off. At first I was a little, you know, like, what the fuck, you know, but gave it a couple days to think it over, and I was like, you know what, why not, you know. But I was more upset with my friends who went behind my back and hung out with my ex just as friends, like, just chilled. I was more upset about that because they went behind my back. If they would have came out and been like, hey, I'm just gonna hang out with so and so, I would have felt better about it. I don't know how I'd react, but I would have felt better. So it's, like I said, it's always better to approach the person like an adult and calmly. Don't, you know, react negatively. Just calmly, you know, tell them the situation and see what they say and just back off. So that's what I would say. So, and then there was another piece of advice. The reason why I'm doing this, honestly, is because I'm so used to giving advice to all my friends. Always. I always give them advice. Always. And guess what? It's like, I'm not going to say it's 100% right. It 100% works. It works 100% most of the time. No. Okay, my brain just, like, stopped working. We're going to try that again. I'm not saying it will always work. There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry about the technical difficulty in my skull. So, it doesn't always work necessarily, but I'd say probably 90% of the time, or 96% of the time, it works. And I give this is what happens, alright? Before I get into this next thing, this is what happens. I always give my advice to my friends, and 2 out of 3 times they do the opposite of what I said. And then they text me like a week later and say, fuck, I should have just did what you told me because you were right. So, I mean, but sometimes it doesn't, I don't know. So I'm just going to give you advice and you take it or leave it, and that's it. So that don't blame me if shit doesn't happen the way you want it to. But my other friend had a question. Oh, okay. It's stupid. But I'm going to say it anyway. Because maybe somebody else has this question, which is why I'm doing these video responses, because a lot of people ask the same questions, believe it or not. She wanted to know, because, okay, so I'm not, I don't know how to say this any other way, like, without, like, seeming really cocky, but, so she laughs because when we go out, I always get hit on. And she just thinks it's funny. And she's like, well, how do you always get hit on? You have a boyfriend, you know, whatever. And that has a lot to do with it, too, because a lot of the times when you're single, you never get hit on. And then when you have a boyfriend, you always get hit on. That's what happens. Don't ask me why. Like, I try when I'm single, and then nothing happens. But I don't try. I don't know. You know what it is? It's honestly, like, you could, I mean, I was going to say you could show up in sweats, but that wouldn't happen. I'm saying you don't have to be like the most beautiful girl. You don't have to have the nicest clothes. You don't have to, you know, look the prettiest or whatever to get a guy to notice you. It's honestly your attitude. It's what you give off that attracts guys. And that is mostly confidence. If you walk in with your shoulders back and your chest out, you're kind of just, you know, having fun, just hanging out, you don't care where the night goes, that's usually when you get hit on. I don't know why, that's how it happens, and I notice when we go out, like, I always just try to, like, remain confident and smiling. I always smile, and I'm nice to people until they hit on me, and I'm mean to them, and I make fun of them, but whatever. So yeah. Oh, it's just about confidence. Just put your shoulders back, chest out, and I know it's kind of stupid, but it works. 'Cause I was always very self-conscious about myself, and so, like, whenever I go out, I'm still a little bit about my body. I lost a little weight, but I'm still, like, I get a little nervous. I don't know how to put it. I look in the mirror before we go out sometimes, and I'll do my hair, and I'll just be like, I'm confident. I'm a confident woman. Like, you know, I'll just say kind of but it works. I swear to God, it's weird, but I swear to God it works. I'll look in the mirror and I'll just say I look beautiful and I'm this, because you know what it is? It's not even, I'm not being cocky. Like, I'm not a cocky person. It's just for my own self, because you know what, you hear so many negative comments from people, like, every day. I know I do. I hear so many negative comments from people every day. So what if I want to give myself a positive comment every now and then? You know what I'm saying? Like, people tell me you're a bitch, you're this, you're that. Like, call me whatever you want. But if I want to tell myself I'm pretty just to counteract the negative comment you gave me, so be it. That's what I do. Sit in front of the mirror and I'll be like, you're not this, you're beautiful, and you're a nice person, and you do this, and you're, you know, and it makes me feel better, and so what? Go fuck yourself. Like, I don't care. So, that's what I do, and I have confidence, and I don't expect guys to hit on me. That's honestly it. I'm not like, oh, like, no, I just go in and have fun, and that's just it. You have confidence, you have fun, and then before you know it, that's it, I guess. Okay, so that's all for now. If you want to send me, like, a question about anything, literally anything, you can message me or you can comment, if, you know, and I keep it anonymous, always. If you don't want me to post it on YouTube, you could always say that and I'll just message you. I don't care. What do I have to do with my life, right? Apparently I have no life. I'm kidding. So yeah, I guess leave a comment. Thanks for listening. Peace out.